I might as well have called this Guild War Hindsight is 2020. So, you want to know something that's actually really hilarious about this comp right here? You want to know what would have done this whole fight better than ML Furious in any conceivable way, shape, or form? If I had a naked Briar Witch Issaria there instead of him. Think about it. So, hey, we have naked Briar Witch, does literally nothing, just stands there. Okay, cool. So, the Landy's already dead. So now you only have to deal with, like, the Reviver on the top and the Troublemaker Crozet on like, you know, doing the front. So, okay, cool. We have we have the main threat dead, and then straight up Rimuru and Celine are going to kill the Maid Chloe, like, shortly after. And, oh yeah, I love this. I'm having so much fun with this fight. I'm not even kidding you. Just, like, when I was rewatching this footage, and just, like, I just had that epiphany of, like, I've done this strategy before. But, like, no. I spent, like, 2 hours of my time trying to build something for ML Furious. So, I'm going to get some time out of this. Biggest fucking mistake of my life. So, okay, so let's actually talk about ML Furious. Why is he, like, underperforming, and why does he feel kind of bad right now? Well, he's a focus-based character, and he scales off of defense. But for whatever reason, SG, in their infinite wisdom, that continues to just elude me in so many ways I cannot even begin to possibly describe it, he has awakening stats that are all, like, attack-based. It makes no sense. He would be a much better character if he just had higher speed, and he was like a unit that functioned off of speed. Because he's a focus-based character, he needs to get his turns in, get your turns in, and then buff your other characters, and then, hey, you can also use Rage, or Enrage, to, like, make everybody else a little bit stronger. You know, just little stuff like that. But, like, oh, lo and behold, whatever. So, like, ML Furious is just straight up not going to be good. He's not going to be good for a while, because he's a def scaling unit, and def scaling units have to be built like these absurd super tanks like Lionheart Syrmia was. And with Lionheart Syrmia, you can make her work a little bit more because you're not, like, super limited in your S3, because he needs 5 focus. Lionheart Syrmia really only needs 1 counterattack, and then you can go in. And you can even use, like, an HP boot on a Lionheart Syrmia. You don't need a whole lot of speed. Sure, it helps, but there you go. So, like, I've been complaining and bitching and moaning about, like, about ML Furious, and he's not even, like, the purpose of this video. I just tried to use him in the first fight, and I'm still really salty because, like, just literally a naked Briar Witch Issaria would have been more useful than him in this fight. Just in every conceivable way. And so here we're on this second round, and it's just more of Lua being, like, the Omega Hyper Cancer that she is. And yeah, this Lua got so many things off on my Pyllis that it's actually really concerning when we get to the next fight, because I'm going to be using Hasol in the next fight against Lua, and just luck happens. It's just further exemplifying why, like, the effectiveness and the effect resist system of E7 is just super fucking broken. It needs to be, like, addressed, it needs to be edited, it needs to be altered, there needs to be some form of updating to it. 15% is cancer, it needs to go away, it needs to never exist. It just, like, a lot of this stuff needs to be fixed. And, like, that's my biggest thing that I kind of hate the most about E7 right now, is, like, if you're not really running Cleave, like, get the fuck out. Like, that's pretty much, like, the impression that I get. Especially, like, whenever they keep releasing more and more stuff that just straight up can't function off of, like, running low speed comps. You have to have, like, a bunch of, like let's look at Death Dealer Ray for just an example real quick. So Death Dealer Ray was really, really bad when he first came out. But now, if you just have, like, even some decent speed on him, and you have a crew, just a crew full of really, really fast units, which is kind of why, like, Solitaria is hyper cancer with him, you just can dominate the other team with debuffs. Even before they take their first turn, they can take so much damage. Oh yeah, this fight, yeah, Pyllis died. I'm upset. And basically just because, like, yeah, I got gear gapped. So here, it's pretty much what I was expecting was going to happen. I didn't have, like, another dark tank that I wanted to use, so I was like, hey, I'll throw Hasol in there and I'll see what happens. Now, what you're about to see is, like, just straight up psychotic. Because you would think, oh, Hasol's gonna just be, like, locked down the entire fight and just is gonna be next level useless. What you're about to see is quite possibly Hasol just going in so hard that it really, really puts into perspective that if you have a high effectiveness Hasol and you're able to keep all of your defensive stats, if you can keep that high effectiveness, you will utterly destroy these teams. Case in point, here's our first S3. So, cool, now we're at level 3. They all just took a fair bit of damage. And hey, looky there. Hasol's already halfway on the CR bar. She's running 0 speed. Which is just so fun. But, like, I think it's the next turn that she gets where, like, both of them counter her at the exact same time. And then she just immediately goes straight to the front. It's so hilarious. So, yeah, it's not this one. But, it's... oh, yeah, there it is, right there. So she went from, like, near the bottom all the way to the top instantly. And it's like, this is so RNG stupid, because you normally don't want to ever see this happen. It's like, oh no, I'm getting countered. And also, straight up, that she was not, like, proccing her additional attack, like, at all. I've been quite blessed in this fight. It's concerning. So, I'll tell you this now. Don't do this strategy unless you have a much, much better Hasol than I do. Mine does not have, like, hardly any effect resist at all. 15% is just straight up going in and utterly destroying this person's day. Pretty much to the point where it's like, yo, why am I playing this game? That's kind of like the vibe I get a lot of the time whenever I'm doing this stuff. Oh, man. I kind of needed that rant, because I've been in pain all day today. But hey, feeling a little bit better now that I'm just, like, letting loose some frustration. But yeah, oh hey, look, there's, like, the first, it may have been the first or the second death break, but yeah, that Lua did almost nothing to the Hasol. That was all luck. All of that was luck. And here, this is just a prime example of, hey, Luce, you're an idiot. So what's the main issue that you immediately see? Oh, okay, so Landy's there. Landy can do her S3, and that will also straight up cause, like, you know, non-counter attack skills to happen. Cool, you're right about that. She can do that once. You can't really control how many buffs that the enemy has and how frequently you're going to get that S3 back. You want to know what, like, team would have really made this work? Just straight up replacing the Landy with Senya. If I just had Senya on this team, this would have been free. 100% free. Because even if the Celine would go, like, a little nuts on the Senya, like if she got a couple of crits, I don't think she would have killed her. I really don't. Like, maybe if she got, like, one of those Dust Devil crits, I still don't think it would kill her. And then she would get, like, her one turn in to just hit her, and she would take so much extra damage. Plus, she's the highest attack, so then Senji would just take the Celine for the ride. I really think it would have been super, super easy. So, right here, I'm starting to realize, oh, no. Okay, so I lost my Dark Tank, and I don't have a means of, like, fixing this. There could have been a way that I could have actually survived this if I had saved the last S3 that Landy had. If I had done that right here in this particular situation, I would have won. Because then Zahhak would have been pushed up, and he would have also had speed buff, then he would have killed her and finished her off. Would have still sucked to not have Senji, but hey, it would have at least been a victory. You know who you are, man. I love this old-fashioned mix you gave me. Thank you, dude. So, here, I decided to just go in with Zio. And even if, like, 15% were to happen, I think I would have been okay. So, right here, Rimuru goes into Krau. Krau is primed and ready to do some horse shenanigans. Well, let's go ahead and kill the Celine. Now, because I am such a gigantic Giga Chad brain person, and by that I mean I'm a friggin' idiot, I could have burned that, and then I would have had even more chances to horse. Because with the new EE that Krau got, he can, you know, like let's see whenever his turn rolls around. I think it has 2 turns remaining on it. So yeah, if I had burned that, then he would have been ready to go even further. But hey, now that we've killed the anchor of the team, which is Celine, yeah, there's nothing that this team can do to kill me. Especially because my Zio is really, really built for damage. Which is why, like, I don't use them a lot for Ran openers. Ran openers are usually kind of scary for me, because anytime, like, I can beat 300 speed, I think, but speed RNG still exists. But, I mean, I've fought, like, 10s, 315s, and stuff like that, Rans. So, like, I just don't see the risk worth it. And also, if 15% happens, well, LOL, now you look like a real idiot, don't you? So, that's usually why you almost never see me really use Zio, unless I'm going to be, like, doing some damage shenanigans. So, oh goody, here's another instance of, hey, I'm really bad at drafting. I hope you guys are learning a lot from this GuildWar on how to be mid. So, the biggest thing that's really wrong here is Rim was just a completely dead pick. I shouldn't have even brought her. If anything, I could have brought, like, some kind of damage mitigator or even a healer, but Violet probably still would have died, in all honesty. Whatever. But yeah, like, the Rim does nothing because she just gets crit by everything. And Violet got hit by the first crit on the very first hit. So it's like, oh yeah, cool. I'm having so much fun. But you want to know what's, like, even more distressing about this fight right here? I can still win. Case in point. Yeah, that's not right. Choux should straight up not be able to do that. And the only reason that we lose is just because we took so much damage beforehand. And then also, I believe, yeah, this hit right here hits. Mm-hmm.
No. If I mess this up, I won't get my allowance.
Neither of us will get our allowance, Choux. But yeah, the only reason why, like, Choux lost there was just because she got hit, like, a few too many times. Which kind of makes me question, maybe I should probably put Sigurd's Scythe on her. Maybe. I'll think about it. I might do it. But, yeah, there was that oh-so-wonderful mid-GuildWar. I'm very, very sorry that I wasn't able to get this audio recording out beforehand. But, yeah, I was not having a good day yesterday. I still don't feel good. But we'll see how I feel tomorrow, Sunday, and then we'll also see how, like, Monday feels rolling around. And I'll see if I can get some more stuff going on Monday. But yeah, the moral of the story is don't use ML Furious. Or at least, sure as hell, don't try to do some counter stuff. If you're going to use ML Furious, you're probably going to have to just, like, lower the damage, and you're just going to have to, like, do, like, a like, battle of attrition kind of stuff. Yeah, because he's just ain't working right now. Because his whole kit kind of, like, functions off of, like, getting his turn out and then keep going. And yeah, if you get the counterattacks, that's good, because that will give him focus. But you're playing risks there. The luck is usually not on your side when you try to do that. And it's just, I just don't recommend him. I really don't recommend him right now, especially when you see mine coming up. Like, my Furious is bad. Like, let's see here. Yeah, like, we're running almost no speed, and, like, there's a fair little bit of tanking and some pretty decent crit damage. But, like, hey, if you can't get your turn, you can't really do anything, now can you? But hey, thanks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See ya. Bye.